Siri, how many people died in the Titanic?
Hey Siri.
Hey Siri.
Ian, we're literally getting yelled at outside.
Hey Siri, how many people
begging
died
us
in the
to end
Titanic?
this podcast.
Oh, hey everybody! Welcome to the Lunchtime with Smosh. Today we got Ian, we got Anthony, we got Erin, but most importantly, we got Miller.
Dude, I feel like I caused a lot of confusion around the Smosh office.
You did.
We talked about
Because you
this.
took the knee out of your name.
I was like, I literally posted it in the random channel on Slack being like, hey guys, it makes me happy if you call me Court.
Yeah.
We all took it very seriously.
Yeah, like it was like a name change.
We're like Courtney is her
TM.
dead name. We can't call her that.
No, I know. And I was like,
We were-
and everyone but Shane was calling me Court. Because I never told Shane to call me Court.
We were in the back. I was like, you better put some respect on Court. Never say the knee part.
It was like
Yeah, I
everywhere.
fired somebody
like
because they
official
called me
documents.
Courtney.
Wait, what?
I fired somebody because they said Courtney. I was like, you get the out of
Oh my
here.
God, ally. But no, it's just a nickname because I like you guys.
Yeah, no, that was very funny because we were about to shoot something and you were like, oh, by the way, it's not like a hard and fast rule. It just gives me serotonin to hear
Yeah.
Court. And we were like, oh.
I put it in the random channel.
Yeah, but it seemed so like despite being on the random channel, it seemed like very like it's like, hey guys, I like to be called this now. And so we're all like, okay, guys. It's
Well, she didn't
Court.
say
Yes, I
now.
was corrected.
She didn't
behind
say
the
now.
scenes. Yes, it was like, it's Court. I was like, got it. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
It was the random channel.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I feel like rereading it, you could tell it was really chill, really casual.
Yeah, like super chill.
Yeah.
Like people were responding with emotes.
But there was like red alert and your name
Yeah.
was changed and everything. We
Yeah.
almost changed your email. Like
Right.
everything was about to be
Yeah.
changed.
Stop. Oh my God, don't do that.
Yeah. So
Thanks
yeah.
for having me.
Of course.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
hey, thank you. Hey, it's lunchtime with Smosh. Should we do our food thing?
Yes.
Were you gonna set that up? Sorry.
No, that's
Did I steal
perfect.
your-
So I asked all of you to find food in this kitchen.
Literally, it was
That's
like
where we are.
one at a time. Come in here, choose your food, and don't show anyone.
It had to be a surprise.
It was really cute. It made me feel like a kindergartner, even though I've never been in kindergarten before.
That is the vibe of this show.
You've never been to kindergarten?
I've never been. Well, I've been to a kindergarten, but I've never
What
took
does that
it.
mean?
Why didn't you go?
So my little brothers were in kindergarten, and I just didn't get to do kindergarten. I was homeschooled, and then when I was in like first or second grade or whatever, I'd get out before them for some reason because like they had like it was like broken up into different times, whatever, and so I would like have to wait in the kindergarten area for my siblings to get out, and then we would go home.
Whoa. Okay,
Be
creep.
alone. Yeah, I was a creep. No, I've told the story where like I would take food out of the kids' lunches while I was there because
I'm sorry,
they
what?
would. I know. Listen, we didn't have like the fun sized chips in our household until I was like 11 or 12. Like we didn't have like the good foods. So like when I was stuck there by myself waiting for my younger siblings, they had all the lunch boxes. We're going into the story already. I'm so sorry. And they had all the lunch boxes, and I was like a hungry child, and like.
You were stealing food from kids?
Yes, but I was also
Bro.
a kid, to be fair.
Yeah.
We'll leave that detail out, okay?
A second grader.
Courtney
stealing
is
from
stealing
No,
food
Tuesday,
from kids.
Tuesday.
Keith gave me an earful in the video. It was so funny. Like it was in like Two Truths and Liar or some one of those.
Oh, so you've already been berated for this.
A little bit.
So we don't need
but
to
I'm
do it
sure I
anymore.
deserve more. But it's like,
Okay, well-
listen, I was a child in a low income household with like a dozen children fighting for food. So
Yeah.
I feel, but yeah, no, it was really sad. I took people's chips and stuff.
But should we all reveal what we picked?
Yes.
All right.
Sorry, I just thought about all this.
I feel like mine, I should just, because I thought you guys would already know what I picked, and then I accidentally revealed it multiple times
Yeah.
to you guys, but
You're like, I was putting my rum in there. Oop. So Courtney, what did you bring?
I got some ramen. We only had beef left.
Weird.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That's probably the worst
I don't know
way.
what I was
Prefer it.
expecting when you slacked and you're like, hey, what do you want for your snack? And I was like, ramen. I don't know why I expected like a freaking array. like, but-
What's your preferred ramen?
Because sometimes we got that nong shim, right?
yeah, Nongshim's pretty good. There's a couple ones. I prefer Samyang. There's a couple. But when it's Maruchan, I prefer the chicken
Yeah.
or shrimp.
We do normally have like variety in ramen. I don't know why this is the only one today.
Well, we're kind of about to go on a little break.
That's true.
A little break.
We'll evade it.
That's true. All right. I brought
For real?
Andy's
That's not a
chocolate.
snack.
You brought
Ian.
3 Andes individually wrapped chocolates?
Yeah, you want one?
Which came first, the Andes mints or Olive Garden mints?
Well, that's the same thing. All the Olive Garden mints are Andes mints.
What?
Do they
And
rebrand them?
I was gonna say that's like whenever I eat an Andes mint, I think of Olive Garden.
No,
That's
but
really
those,
cute.
the mints in the middle, and at Olive Garden, the mints on top.
What? Really?
Really?
The breakdown, the
Really?
ratio of mint to chocolate.
Yeah.
There's more mint in Olive Garden.
Well-
more chocolate in
Oh,
this.
really?
But you know what they have at Olive Garden? Well,
Bread.
I was gonna say garlic, but I don't think they put enough.
In the chocolate?
No. Olive Garden, the restaurant. So it's like you need extra mint. After
Oh, right.
Olive
That's
Garden.
true. See? Look, there's
right.
like barely any mint in there.
Okay, so yeah, in here there's a swirl. There's like a
It's like a sandwich.
Yeah, a little sandwich of the mint.
Oh wait, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Do it a
oh,
little closer,
first
better.
bite.
And
It's in your
the mic
teeth.
really close.
Okay.
It's all over your teeth.
Oh,
It's not making a
doesn't
snap
make
it was in your
sound.
pocket. It was too
Yeah,
soft.
yeah.
Oh, it's because it was too hot in her
It's a little
pocket.
melted.
I brought fun size chips and I'm scared to put them around.
What do you mean fun
Courtney.
size?
Fun size
Oh,
is they're
that.
small.
I
They're a
see.
little tiny bag.
So cute.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna go so cute. Pop.
Oh, you
We got
done it.
more.
Wish you did.
Wait, do it.
That's so
I dare
cute,
you.
Anthony. Oh, I was too scared. I didn't
You
commit.
didn't even commit.
You gotta commit, bro.
Commit.
Okay, I swear to God, if it opens. Oh.
It's not working. There we go.
Ooh.
Champagne, anyone?
Yeah.
Wow.
Now edit out the first 3 tries.
I brought cheese.
Hey,
Wow.
cheese stick.
Girl, it
Yep.
go moment.
Why is
Yep.
that so you? If it's not shrimp, it's a cheese.
What does that mean?
I feel like
I've never talked about cheese. That doesn't make
no.
any
You've
sense.
eaten peeled cheese before, and you're like, or what is it called, string cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, I think you said something about just eating it without.
Oh, you
string.
bite it?
It's why we call it. It's why we call
Guys,
See?
calm down.
See?
It's convenient. We're busy here. I'm on the
Yeah.
go. I only have one hand sometimes.
you eat seafood and cheese. That's why we call you surf and turf girl around here.
I just feel like it tastes better when I peel it because you get more of the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it warm?
It's warm.
Oh no.
I'm okay.
No, you have to peel it because if you bite off, it seems so wrong.
I normally peel, but I just don't have time here. I'm so busy.
Oh, I'm gonna
I'm on the go. See, I have one hand right now.
No, I'm laughing at
That's
the
huge.
appropriateness of your shirt.
Wait,
right
Courtney, what did you just say?
I said I'm gonna smell like beef.
Can you say it like the?
smell like beef.
There you go.
I smell like beef.
now. I love those good vines.
So what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about how having a crush is so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Embarrassing?
Embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
Sorry, embarrassing.
Yeah.
Especially if you have an Australian crush.
Why? Did you have one?
What?
Did you have an Australian crush?
We're not
that
gonna
you-
go there.
Okay.
I did.
You did?
Remember? We told the story though. We told the
Wait.
story on a podcast, I think. The Australian.
The Australian.
Remember what she said?
Oh yeah.
Want
Wanna sex with you?
What?
Yeah.
We were at a YouTube party and a woman came
There's
up to
a
me.
yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
no.
you-
Oh yes, you did tell
Yeah,
me
she
this.
was
Like,
like
if
in my
you were-
comments for a long time on Instagram, and I was like, "Oh, slay, like a bestie on Instagram." And then she saw me at a party.
I want to have sex with
I want to
you.
have sex with her. I
dude.
want to have sex with you.
Damn, you fumbled. You fumbled.
You almost
She
had
was-
6.
Listen, just because someone wants to have sex with me doesn't mean
Yeah.
But she was hard. Was she Nort?
she hort. Was she nort? She actually was really cute.
Yeah.
I do have a type of women, and
Oh.
she wasn't necessarily that type, but she was super cute.
But I've never had somebody just be like, I want to have sex with you.
I know that was crazy. That was my
She was
first time
very
being hit
upfront.
on by a woman.
Were you there?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, it was like a group, and she like when I'm saying like she would say I want to have sex with you, and then go I want to have sex with her. Like
That's crazy.
yeah, it was
Damn. Do you get that a lot? People-
never in my life, never. And
Which,
then-
like, coming from like a woman, it's not like threatening. Like, if it was a
Right.
man being like, I want to have
Right.
sex with her.
oh my
like, that'd
god,
be-
I would have been like, please, like get him out of here. I would have
Yeah.
like.
It's the dynamic.
What about you two? Do you have any embarrassing crush stories?
God.
Or did you ever have like a crush that just like ruined your life?
ruined.
Yeah.
I feel like I ruined my own life because I had this crush
Yeah.
that would not pay attention to me in the way that I wanted them to.
Oh.
So I was just like overly obsessed as a 6th grader, like the first time that, or maybe 5th grade, like the first time I had like a real crush and I
Yeah.
could admit to myself that I was attracted to other people. And I would just obsess to the point where I would like stare at her while I was walking. And like,
Aw.
I remember one time specifically when I realized I had a problem is when I was staring at her walking to the bus after school, and I ran into a tree. And I was like, okay.
Wow.
Okay. So there's
awesome.
something I need to unpack here, and I never did.
Wow. Epic rom-com moment.
It was pretty epic. But the part that made it embarrassing is that I kind of held on to that crush internally for years and years.
Oh, yeah.
And
that
then,
first one.
Yeah. And then I don't know how we reconnected, but we started reconnecting. And
After
she
high
was,
school, right?
That's crazy.
It was like after high school, so it was like 4 years later.
Whoa.
And we started talking on the phone, and she was like, "Oh, I always had a crush on you too. I didn't know
What?
what to
Did that
tell
piss you off?
A
Was
little
that
bit.
True, because were you famous yet?
No.
No, like
No.
Smosh
so she
must have
wasn't
like
just lying.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
she probably
thought-
was lying. No.
because Smosh must have just been getting started. She went to a different high school.
Okay, so keep going.
No,
Sorry.
No, this was actually before we were still in high school, actually,
Oh.
when I started reconnecting with her.
Oh.
So it was
How did you
before
reconnect?
Smosh.
MySpace?
It must have been, honestly.
Stop.
Yeah.
That's
I thought
like
that was a joke.
No, that's like the only way that you could find someone that you used to talk to.
True.
But then she was working at this restaurant, and were you there with me when we went?
Yep.
So we went and hung out with her, and then immediately there was something where I was like, "Whoa, this is not what I thought she was like," and she
Yeah.
was just completely different than
Whoa.
4 years prior. So I just had this fantasy in my head.
Was it only 4 years though? Because
Oh, actually, no,
didn't
because it
know
was middle school too.
yeah, because we didn't go to the same middle school as her
Yeah, no.
either.
So it was like 6 or 7 years.
yeah.
Whoa.
So it was like, I mean, I thought we were like adults at that time.
I think by the time I met her,
there.
maybe, yeah, we might have been 18.
But it was like, oh yeah, you're like a totally different.
yeah,
person.
going from a 10-year-old to like a
Right.
17-year-old or
Very
whatever.
Yeah.
Jeez. And the funny part is so that just slowly kind of fizzled out naturally.
Yeah.
But because I feel like she kind of felt weird about us meeting too, and we both just were like, whoa,
Right.
this is not what we made it to be in our heads.
Right.
And then a few years later, I was like, I wonder what she's up to now. And I looked up on her Facebook, and there was just a picture. Her front picture was her in the middle of a forest with two like AR something, I don't know, guns.
Whoa.
Huge guns. She was hugely pregnant. Whoa. And she had 3 small children posing next to her. So she was now
That could have been your life.
a mother of 4 with 2 automatic weapons
Whoa.
in the middle of a forest. It could have
That
been.
could have been
Sounds
you.
like
Could have been me.
AI
Could
image.
Could have been me. That was my first crush. Nothing wrong with owning guns and having 3 kids and taking photos with your
God.
pregnant
Right.
belly next to your guns. Nothing wrong with
Nothing
that.
wrong with that. Your
Just a
truth,
very
yes.
different life.
Right.
Very
Right.
different
Right.
life
Very
is all that I
different
was
than
really
you.
That could have
identifying.
been you, bro.
Could have been me.
Oof,
Yeah.
that's such a scary thought. Like,
I don't know. If it was me, I might have liked it. I might have liked it.
ending
if
up
you
with
had
your
never
6th grade
left
crush.
your hometown, yeah.
Yeah.
I think about that. If I had never left my hometown and those people in that life, I would be in a very different situation. And
Yeah.
I saw it where it was like,
Yeah.
oh, when you look up your ex or something and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
that almost was me, like way too close.
Yep.
But the thing is that if you were there, you might be totally fine with it. You might love it.
Right. Well,
So
you
it's hard to
wouldn't know any
say.
different. You wouldn't know any different.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, like I'd say that like my first crush, and maybe I've told this story. I don't even know. My first crush was in high school, and
You didn't have a crush before high school?
no,
There's no way. There's absolutely no way.
no.
That's wild.
What were you thinking about?
Yeah, like,
I feel like that's
Halo.
all I thought about as a kid.
Pokemon.
Halo.
did you have a crush on Misty?
Yeah, no
No.
cartoon characters.
No.
That's
No, I don't know.
crazy.
I don't know. I truly don't know. I feel like the first girl that I had a crush on was like sophomore year. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is
That I can like specifically think of.
I know her, right?
So puberty said
Yeah.
no until
literally.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, cause we went to homecoming.
I know who it is. There was a picture of you.
You finessed your first
Well,
crush.
I knew it.
Yeah, but like nothing came of it. But it was definitely like one of those situations where, you know, I kind of talked about, you know, in a couple episodes ago where like I would look at somebody and they look at me and I
Yeah.
look away.
Yeah.
Like I did that a lot with her in class. And I did work up the courage to ask her to homecoming. And
Huge.
And she did say yes,
That's
but nothing came of it.
Did
I
you
was-
guys actually go together though?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a picture.
well. Did you
Yeah,
make
we
any
went to-
moves at
Did you slow
homecoming?
dance?
No, I didn't make any moves.
So you didn't follow through.
Did you slow
so
dance?
you fumbled the bag.
I mean, we slow dance. We did slow dance.
How far
So,
did that
Where were the
What
hands?
was the song?
Yeah, where were
The hands respectfully on, kind of like waist hip.
Was
Like
it
that?
electric?
No, I was terrified. It's like I didn't want to, I didn't want to like make a move that like I was, I didn't want
Right.
to
Of
like,
course.
Right.
and then I was too afraid to like ask for like a kiss at the end of the night when I dropped her off. Also I think my parents dropped us off or something.
I was gonna ask, like, do you think that she actually was into, like, what is your reading on it now? Did she just say yes because you asked and she didn't know how to say no, or do you think that she was into you?
I think she just said yes because I asked. I think she was just like a very nice person.
Yeah.
And after that I was like, I didn't really have much of a desire to like, try to pursue her.
Yeah, I feel like you dropped that crush immediately after you realized that you didn't know how to handle it when you went.
Well, she didn't really show that much interest.
Yeah, that's
She was just like very like milk toast about the whole thing.
Well, maybe she was nervous too.
Right.
Could have been.
Maybe
Could've
you
been
should have
her
connected
first
with
crush.
her.
I mean, it's not like I could really read women when I was like 14.
Yeah, you could barely read
I
that.
could barely read. They taught that in freshman year. I was new to it.
What did she have that finally made you be like, oh my God, I have a crush?
I thought she was pretty.
So you didn't find anyone attractive before her?
Having like physical reaction?
Don't ask him that.
No. Okay. Oh my God. You know when you have an attraction to somebody, you don't
Did you
instantly
get a
go.
boner?
Of
No,
course.
I know that's
of
not what you meant.
course.
I know that's not what you meant.
No, yeah, because like I never really fully dove into like, oh, like we have a physical response when we're attracted to somebody.
Yes.
Right.
And I like, because for my first crush, I think I just kind of picked somebody and I was like, yeah, I guess I'm supposed to have a crush.
Right.
So they seem like the most, and then like it was never actually like.
For me, there was always butterflies. It was like there was a very physical reaction where it's like I could barely breathe.
Yeah.
And, like I didn't know how to handle being attracted to someone.
Yeah.
When I actually had like an actual crush, it was 3rd grade or 5th grade or something. And I like was so shy. Like I remember in, I think 4th grade, it was the first day of school and our desk arrangements were like already pre-assigned before we even came in. And I was next to him. And I had already liked him from the year prior. And I literally was so shy. I could not turn my face even like straight forward. Like I could not look at him.
But yeah, he was always on your mind at the same time.
Yeah, I was terrified. But I was always thinking about it. I was like, oh my gosh, like what if he talks to me?
It's scary.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
But thrilling?
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't even know if I had like a very physical reaction. I mean, it just nerves. Like if I caught eyes with her in the classroom, that was like, fuck. Like
You and eye contact.
And then
That's so
well, because it's vulnerable. Like, what are you supposed to do when somebody locks eyes with you? Like, I'm still that way today, where like, and it's like I don't even intentionally look at people sometimes, and then they look at me. I'm like, I was looking at you. Like, I mean, I do that with people here in the office. Did you ever have to like fight over a crush with a friend?
Yeah. I mean, we read my diary about it.
Yeah.
Remember? So that guy, Johnny, couldn't pick between me and this other girl.
Ian knows about Johnny.
Yeah. He's played Johnny many a time. And
That's true.
like when I say details that you pulled out of your ass that were incredibly accurate, pissed me off. Like,
That's crazy.
like you had Carl's Jr. in your song, and
Yeah.
like we would go to Carl's Jr.
That's
and,
so
like,
funny.
I love.
And look at you now.
Look at me
going
now.
alone.
You know?
Going
Look at me now.
without a man.
I'm sponsored by Carl's Jr. and you're not.
Who's sponsored by Carl's Jr. now, bitch?
Yeah. No, but yeah, that sucked. But it kind of became a girl's girl moment where we were both like, you know what? Neither of us want you. But then I think she went behind my back and like she was like, actually, I do want you though. And so I lost.
Crazy. That reminds me of The Witcher 3 when I tried to romance both the women, and then they
They like catch you, right?
This is a
Well,
video game?
yeah.
This is real life? God.
No, yeah. This is
But
a
he learns
video
his
game.
life lessons through games.
Yeah,
so it's
that's how I learn all my all my
right.
lessons. Yeah, I try to romance both the women in the game, and then they're like, hey, like come over, and then so I did, and then they handcuffed me to the bed. They stripped me down and handcuffed me to the
Where's
bed,
this going?
and then they left me there.
Did you make eye contact? Did your character make eye contact with them?
Yeah, probably. But
Imagine Ian's there like not making eye contact with the TV. Oh, they're looking at me.
yeah, so
Video game romances are not awkward to me.
oh, do you have a video game character crush?
I have the biggest crush on. It wasn't a game. Well, you actually could. You could tell them you were in love with them. It was Knights of the Old Republic. It was one of the like really old Star Wars games that was like
Yep.
kind of new to open world stuff.
Classic. BioWare.
The maps were way too big. There's a lot going on. I tried replaying it recently. That's why it's so fresh in my mind. But there's this character named Karth Onassi.
Karth.
And he's
Karth
he's
Onassi.
Joel coded. He's Nathan Drake coded. Like, those are all video game characters.
So he hot.
And he like, he's kind of like a greaser a little bit. And he's just so cute.
Oh.
Oh my God, you're getting flustered.
Even now.
Because he was like a really kind soul.
Oh.
He was
How
a
did
good
you know?
character. Because you get to know them. You have like conversations with them. Like
What?
by selecting like
It's
dialogue
a
choices.
it's a role playing game.
Got it.
But like you're fighting and killing.
Yeah.
That look.
I also had a video game crush. Also, a different BioWare game, Mass Effect.
Oh yeah, you talk
Yeah.
about Mass Effect and you
It's
got
because of the ass shots, right?
Well,
There's a lot of close-ups.
but that's a different character. That's Miranda.
Okay,
And I
you weren't
did
into
I
her.
did not have a crush on Miranda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, she was kind of cuckoo. No, I was all about Tally. That was my girl.
I'm right there with you. Don't worry. I don't know
Awesome.
who that is.
I don't
Yeah.
either.
Did you have
Someone
a
will
video
know.
game? Did you have a video game crush?
I don't think so.
Come on.
Not even
Tomb
Cortana?
Tomb Raider? Cortana?
Cortana.
Come on.
You know who was low key kind of fly? Welcome to the curio shop. Hope you find what you're looking for in Webkins. They're not
I don't.
I didn't play
They're not gonna get-
Webkins.
Wow.
I
Someone
was
will
a
get
Club
it.
Penguin
Oh.
girly.
Someone will get it.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, you're not. You're
He was like a hot dog.
Like a hot
Hot
dog?
dog?
Like,
Bro, we're comparing our crushes to dogs
Let's be clear.
again.
Yeah.
Aaron's got a crush on a hot dog?
no, I think he was a dog.
I remember
and
this
he
dog.
Was he was just kind of like suave.
No, there's TikToks about this.
Yeah.
So you're not alone.
And he would like, he like wouldn't give you the like gem of the day. Like,
Wait,
you had
what's
to
his
work.
name?
He made you work for it.
Should I type in hot dog from
No,
Webkins?
it's just
Curio?
search curio shop.
Like
Please don't be ugly.
Please don't be ugly. You don't know.
There's good pictures of him, I
Just
swear.
do Webkins curio shop. It's CURIO.
that's dude.
That guy?
That is Twilight Dad coded.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, it is.
Exactly.
Oh,
That
I
is
see it.
Yep.
totally
That's
Twilight
Charlie from
Dad.
Twilight.
That is Charlie coded.
And his snout looks like it's like a big old mustache.
Exactly.
It's really dad.
Exactly.
Definitely closer to Wilford Brimley.
I don't know. Who that is.
I imagine he talks like this.
Yeah,
Did I
and he
have a
would
voice?
never give you what you wanted, so it was like,
Oh, that's what you love.
yeah, you like. I kept going
crazy.
back because I
You're like,
wanted the gem
"Little
of the
toxic."
day.
Dude, that is totally your type.
Thanks.
Where they dangle a carrot and they won't give
Guys
you.
that don't
Literally.
give her what she wants.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Wow,
shit.
clocked
Yeah,
it.
started young.
Fucked your
Started
type.
young.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, is that all of our first?
I love when Webkins reveals your daddy issues.
no, my dad has issues. I don't.
Dude,
Huge.
that's sick.
Thanks.
Let's go.
Saw that on Twitter. Saw that on Twitter.
That's good. That's good.
That's good. I like that.
I don't know. I thought your dad was pretty cool.
You did hang out with her dad.
We haven't talked. We haven't talked
should
about this.
address
have we?
this. I think we
No.
should address
We should
this.
All right,
address
we actually
this.
need to address this because I feel like I feel like you've been avoiding this.
No,
So my dad
I
just
thought you
listened.
would just share the story.
I
You
went-
wanted to share it a few podcasts ago.
I would love to share this. So I went to Chicago on my own. Erin happened to also be in Chicago visiting your sister.
My sister was
graduating.
graduating.
So your family is out there?
Yes, I'm from there.
Yeah. And so there was a night that your parents were going out on your daddy's boat,
Yes.
and I was like, dude, I want to go on a boat. And so I hung out with Erin and her parents.
And my sister. Yeah.
Yeah.
How old's your sister?
Um,
Graduated high school?
Graduating
or...
age.
22.
Don't say that.
Graduating age.
Whoa, I didn't. Whoa.
She's 22.
Oh, wow. So you guys are really close in age.
We are, yeah.
Do you guys get along?
We do. She's my bestie.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
You guys are very different though, because like she follows the rules.
Yeah, we're like exact opposites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's like that one TikTok meme where it's like the
Yes.
the light friend and the dark
Yep,
friend.
exactly.
Yeah.
And she's the light girly.
Does she have light hair?
I think so. I think she has like blonde highlights. Yeah.
But I got to party with Erin's parents. That was cool.
Yeah.
Party with mean. Can you define that?
I mean, we all drank alcohol.
Let's be specific.
But her dad just like drank straight Jameson out of a cup,
Yeah.
which
Red Solo cup?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well,
think
normally
so.
he has like glasses, but we were on a boat.
No, yeah, that's true. You don't want to have glassware in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom had a few bottles of wine.
A few bottles. Well, hey now.
Woo!
Hey now. I don't know if that's true.
Did the comments go wild though?
What comments?
Like online? Did people notice that you guys were in Chicago together at the same time?
Oh yeah, some people thought we were secretly dating, which was like
crazy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I
That would
know.
be
Like yeah, like first of all,
like guys, this is inappropriate.
If that was happening, I'd be like, let's just shut down Smosh entirely.
you'd have to be as dumb as an ex-try guy to be posting on me that you're in Chicago at the
Yeah.
same time.
Absolutely no way.
Yeah, people were like, yeah, I actually didn't understand what the comments were talking about at first because they were like, is this a soft launch? I was like, soft launch of what?
Like the boat
What
off
are they?
off the
Yeah, I was like,
dock?
I was like truly confused because they're like, Ian's in Chicago. Is this a soft launch? And I was like, what are they talking
What the
about?
hell?
Absolutely not.
And then I think maybe you pointed it out, Erin. They're like, yeah, people think we're like secretly.
Do
I
those
think I
people think
DM'd
that's
you.
appropriate, or are they like?
I mean, I don't know if they put two and two together.
But
I
yeah,
don't know.
so
I don't know.
That was
yeah,
super
so
fun, though.
I got to
You've hung out with both of our
what
dads.
was the deal with your mom and the rat? I forget. There was a rat.
There was like a rat on the street. At this point,
Yeah.
everyone had been drinking, so she was just singing to the rats on the street in
I
Chicago.
love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, she's silly. She's a silly girl.
Sounds like-
Yeah, they're
a lot
they're
alike.
both silly. I feel like they
I
were
would do
I
that.
feel like they were really fun in the 80s.
Yeah.
They kept talking about how fun the 80s were.
And or was it the 70s?
No, dude, they were not old enough to have
Yeah,
fun.
they're born in the 60s.
So you think they were partying at 10?
10. Maybe it was the 80s.
I don't want to blow them up too much though, because I don't know how much you want out there.
I know. I thought you were going to bring up something more like funny that happened.
There's something else that's really funny. So that I wanted to bring up about Chicago. I went there as a solo trip, but I was like, oh, it'd be like fun to like hang out with people there. So I used a dating app just to like meet up with people, not to have sex with them, but to like,
Thank you for
To
clarifying.
look at
Hang
them
on.
until they look at you and then
Right.
you
yeah,
look
yeah,
away.
exactly. But the weird thing was, I'd say like half of the people that liked my page looked like Erin.
That's so offensive because I don't look Midwestern.
And I
I've
kept
really put
and
in
I
work.
kept one of the people I kept one of the people in my likes so I could show you that I'm not lying.
Were they just brunette?
No, I'm gonna show you.
That
I'll
might-
show
I'm ready to
gotta
be
show
so
me.
offended right now.
You gotta show
I'm prepared to be so
I
offended.
love this because we're gonna see what he thinks.
I swear to God, if
That's
she's
true.
ugly, if she's ugly, I'm gonna leave.
I'll give him a little.
That does not look like.
That
Let me
doesn't look
see.
like
You
Erin?
picked one feature that looks more like Chapel Roan.
In what way?
That
She's
does not-
blonde. She has blue eyes. That girl
That's
has
Maybe that's
it,
blue
what it is.
eyes.
and that's it. You
It's
have
just
blue eyes,
that.
I do.
and that's it.
Oh wait, but
looks
wait,
like you
hold
might
on.
have went to the same
Hold on,
place.
but
You look
wait.
like Chapel
What's her
Roan.
name?
Oh no!
That's crazy. What's her bio?
Ian, this is dumb.
I don't know. I didn't-
I
Ian,
watched
this is
a
so
didn't know.
dumb.
porn
Name is
a while
Erin?
back where the
Her
woman
name is-
asked for some water and the guy handed her a blue Gatorade. If that's you, swipe left. This is crazy.
Her name is
Oh.
Erin, and she has blue eyes.
You
That's
guys might
it.
be related. I don't know what's on there. I didn't bother to read it.
This is awesome.
Can you swipe on there for him real
Desires.
Oh, don't get into
BDSM.
that.
5'8". I'm literally 5'4".
quick? Yeah, nothing like.
She looks like
this.
Chapel Roan.
She does look like Chapel Roan.
Like the eyes and like.
She does look a lot like Chapel Roan.
So is this a compliment or not?
I don't think.
I
you
don't
look
think
you
anything
just put
that's
your
what
foot in
I
your
look
mouth.
like. it doesn't feel nice.
Maybe it's
No.
that, maybe it's like literally right here where you have
I don't even
blue
think we
eyes.
have the same eye shape.
No. She's a different kind of Labrador.
I think you
She's-
you need to spend more time looking at women, and I think that
Well, the problem is they don't ever look at me, and
don't
then when
let
they,
them.
and then when
That's
they
good, then
do,
you can study
and then when
them.
they do, then I have to look away.
And this is what you do. You go, hey, can I look at your face for a second?
Can I look at your face? I want to look at your face. Let me look at your
Don't do that.
face.
okay.
Don't do that.
Sorry.
Don't do that. Not because it's creepy,
Sorry.
but because you're making Scott uncomfortable. Just kidding. He's fine.
Scott.
He's very
Let me
uncomfortable.
look at your face, Scott.
No.
Okay,
Let him live.
we have to get to stories.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, we
I'm
got some
so
stories.
excited.
So for this episode, I asked the fans to submit their most embarrassing crush stories.
Let's go.
Oh,
And I thought we could
Epic.
read them, and then you guys can talk about
Were
them.
they anonymous?
They were not.
Oh.
These are on YouTube, so you can go find who posted this.
Okay.
They're not
Okay.
anonymous.
Okay.
No.
This was one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
In high school, I had a crush on a guy from another school. He asked me if I wanted to go hang out at the park with him. I wasn't feeling the best, but there was no way I was going to say no, so I agreed. We were sitting in the grass of the park, and he asked me to go to prom with him, to which I immediately turned away from him and vomited the full contents of my stomach into the grass. Then had to awkwardly explain that that wasn't my response to the question. We actually ended up dating for a few months, but then he ended up cheating on me with my orthodontist's daughter. Not fun for me, but my brother got a free retainer for the trouble.
Oh.
There's a lot going on.
Who got a free retainer for the trouble?
Wow.
Her brother.
Wow.
Not even her, though.
Not even
She
her.
didn't get anything from it.
Yeah, she just came out fully like.
I don't understand the connection there, though. Why did he get a free return?
Because her boyfriend cheated on her with the orthodontist's daughter.
Well, I guess the
maybe
orthodontist found out.
Orthodontist
Yeah.
found out, and she's like,
And
I'm
felt
sorry.
bad.
Can we make this up to you? Can I give you a retainer?
Can I give your brother a
Can
retainer?
I give someone in your family
Retainers
something
aren't
for this?
cheap.
That's true.
That's true. Well, I mean, like, it's a good thing that she turned away. It would have been much worse if she vomited on him.
Ugh.
So at least there
Yeah,
was that consideration.
That's true.
Hate that.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Have you guys ever vomited in a?
I've never vomited in
Romantic
a weird
situation?
No.
No, I've only heard stories like that. It sounds like something I would do though,
Yeah.
because I get so nervous. Like the only way I was actually able to hang out with a guy like that one-on-one was because I tried to cancel on him last second because I was too nervous, and he's like, "It's too late. I'm outside."
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like, "Oh, okay." And we hung out.
It's too
And then
late,
we
I'm
dated
outside.
for like 6 months. So,
Damn.
yeah, I get too nervous to the point of like,
Aw.
I can't.
Oh, what's going on, my
I'm
guy?
really bad at
Just trying
flirting.
to get some more slack. That's all. Don't worry about it.
We will never cut you more slack, Ian. I'm so
No.
sorry.
Do you guys also get nervous to the point of throwing up?
Are you nervous?
No. When I get nervous, it goes out the other hole.
Great, thank you so much.
That's right.
Ian only has
Have
two
you ever
holes,
shit
by the way.
yourself
No.
on a date?
No, God no.
But he's
Oh.
talked about. I know when you did those like celebrity prank interviews, you'd have to get your nervous poop out before.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
interview.
Multiple.
No, that's true.
Yeah. It goes out the other way.
That's crazy.
But never during. It's always before. Yeah.
That's good.
That's not that bad.
Yeah. No, I have never shit myself.
Are you ever scared that you kind of smell like it though? Like it's lingering if you do it
No, because
before?
I wipe.
Sorry.
Because I wipe, Erin. Maybe you should
delusional,
give it a
though.
shot.
But like I don't
We
know
can
how
all
long
smell you
I don't
from
know how
here.
long you're in the room for. Like it might,
Yeah,
I think
permeate in
they
his
smell other things
pores.
first.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah, the celebrity's like, yeah, the interview went great, but he smelled like shit.
Okay, next story. Kind of related to what Ian was saying. I had a crush on this guy freshman year of college. We had been talking and flirting for a few months at this point. We met on a college Discord and immediately hit it off. No moves were ever really made, and I started to get annoyed because I made it pretty clear I liked him, and he was still being really vague about it. I guess word got around to him in our friend group that I felt like that because the day after I told my friends he was incredibly flirty and ended up spending the night in my dorm.
Whoa.
None of that hanky-panky happened, but he said that we should cuddle to save space on the bed, which I thought was cute. However, I guess I had eaten something that upset my stomach because as we were in the spooning position, I ripped ass, in parentheses, farted, on his crotch a criminal amount of times. Most were pretty silent, but did have a slight stench, and with how close we were huddled, there's absolutely no chance he didn't feel it. The morning afterwards, he sat me down to tell me he wasn't ready for a relationship. I believe my flatulence had given him the ick, but turns out that guy's a massive jerk anyway, so in the end, my ass saved the day.
Wow. Your ass saved the day, as it should.
That's true. If they can't be with you when you're farting on them all night, they don't deserve you.
Can I ask like a weird question? And like, if you're uncomfortable to answer it, like we can move on. But like, if you're spooning in your big spoon, and do you feel farts?
I was gonna ask the same thing.
I don't know if I've
'Cause I've
ever.
thought about
I don't know
it.
if I've ever felt it.
It would have to be a big one.
I've never felt it, and if
Like through clothing.
Like, don't you ever feel like an impact?
impact, we got deep impact.
Are we talking like clothed?
like,
No, I don't think so. I don't think I've ever felt.
Also, this story is implying that like your pants go like when it
Oh,
happens.
so,
like-
and if they're big spoon, if they're wearing normal pants, I guess if it's pajamas, it's different. But like, If it was like jeans, like that's thick denim right there in the crotchular region.
Right.
So they spooned all night.
That is
and
crazy.
Did nothing. And then he was
Well,
like,
it's their first time hanging out.
you know,
like that.
I bet what my guess would be, especially if she's like, oh, he was a dick too, is that maybe it wasn't the fart and it was just like, oh, she didn't put out.
But he suggested
You didn't make
not.
any moves. It said.
Yeah.
He suggested having a safe cuddle time.
Right, but do you think he was, you know,
Maybe. I think if anything,
hoping to engage, and instead she was like,
the fear of a stench
yeah.
would destroy me. Like knowing that, it destroys me. That like someone can, because if she could smell it and he's big spooning
Oh,
her,
he's definitely smelling it.
It is bold. I don't know why she didn't just like get up, go to the bathroom,
or like be like,
rip for a while, and
turn
then come
around,
back.
baby, let me be big spoon.
You just pull an Ian and go to the corner and let it out all in the corner.
Right, that's what she could have done.
Yeah.
That's what she could have done.
You do that when you're on dates?
Yeah,
I do it
He
on-
gets up, goes to the corner, pulls
Oh.
each
Yeah,
cheek with
pull.
his
Yeah,
'cause you don't want any
hands.
sound. You just
Yeah.
want just pure airflow.
They're like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing.
You're yelling over the audio of it.
Hey guys, what about this video idea? I think this video idea would be really great.
You're telling your dates about video ideas?
No, I'm saying at work. That's what I do. Yeah.
Both. He's pitching video ideas. On his-
Yeah, I
But
can see that.
the
as
date, on the date, I'm like, so what kind of, what are you watching Netflix? What Netflix show are you watching?
Oh, that's great. Also, was that the first time you've read the word flatulence?
Yep.
Wow.
Interesting.
I don't know a
Yeah.
lot of words.
Welcome to adulthood. I feel like
Well,
you need to know that.
minimalist, guys.
This is what happens when you read more than Twilight.
I didn't even read Twilight.
They said flatulence at least 6 times in Twilight.
Yeah.
And then Edward ripped ass. The flatulence was so bad it cleared the room.
Yeah. It's not the only, yeah. Her menstruation wasn't the only thing he could smell.
It was a flatulence.
Good one.
What do you think?
Good one.
What do you think Colin's breath smelled like?
Blood. Iron.
Iron, yeah, pennies.
That's scary. Have you heard the creepy story about the Santa whose breath smelled like pennies?
What?
No.
It's like a creepy pasta.
Oh, because he eats
Oh.
children.
Children smell like pennies?
Their blood.
Blood.
Oh, got it.
Blood.
Copper.
Got it. Anyway, next story. I started vaping so I could hang out with him in the smoke shack during work breaks, but I was using non-nicotine vapes. He let me borrow his though, which had nicotine in it, and I couldn't stop coughing.
Oh boy.
I mean, there's much worse things that could happen from like
Yeah.
too much nicotine. So coughing.
Yeah. Have you guys ever like done something though that your crush liked and acted like you do it too to impress them?
Oh.
Probably.
Probably.
Trying to think.
Well, for you, if you would have continued with that girl,
I'd be like,
crush
yeah,
on-
I love having kids and
I
guns.
love shooting guns.
I love having 8 kids and photo shoots with guns.
I dated this guy who had this truck and he would blast his music. And I think sometimes people can have like car stereo blindness where they don't realize that it's actually not good sound. It's actually just rattling plastic.
Yeah.
And like, so we'd be in his car and it'd be like, and I would be like, oh,
You'd
so
be like, I love
nice,
it.
so good.
Bass.
I love the bass woofer.
Bass
That's not that bad. That's not that bad.
Is that what it's called? Subwoofer. Oops.
You've
my
never
crush.
done anything?
I don't think I was like, no, I think I would
Did-
put
did you
up
ever-
with stuff that I didn't like. It
Right.
wasn't like I,
Fair.
Did you ever call the curio shop guy a subwoofer?
No, I don't think my brain could have came up with that at the time. I don't even really get it right now, if I'm being honest.
Because he's a subwoofer.
is he a sub though?
I don't know. I'm just
No, he was Dom. For
I'm
sure.
just-
He was
I'm
giving
making
Dom
this-
He
vibes.
was a
just
dom
making-
woofer.
I'm
Yeah.
just trying to do a callback, guys. Okay.
That was so good.
That was really good. Thank you.
What about you?
I
Baking
don't.
like you like stuff?
I feel like I did, but I can't remember now.
Like we've done it so many times at this point, you know?
What?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
Oh, right. Like it's just so natural. I don't even know.
I don't think I really change for the people that I have a crush on.
Oh my God.
Probably to a certain detriment, I guess. But
Not like changing who you
know.
are as a person, but like
Yeah.
when they're like, hey, do you
Just
want to
agree.
go do archery with me? And it's like, say I didn't like archery. I'd be like,
Right.
sure. Like, you know?
Yeah.
And then you do it and you're like, I feel a little awkward, but
Right.
But I think like doing something like that is like, I don't know, it's also trying new things.
Right.
But like
Yeah.
agreeing that you like something that you don't like, I think that's more what we're.
I think I like this little.
Yeah. They don't know that, I don't think.
I'll just
I think I like the little.
Is that share?
I think I like this little.
You're not even saying the right word. You're not even close to the right words.
I think I like this love.
Love?
I think it's.
I think I
Love
like this
Life.
little life.
Oh, okay.
I think I like this little life.
Oh, is that Imagine Dragons? Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I think it might be One Direction.
No.
Oh, I
Harry
think
Styles.
I like this little life.
Did you guys know that Zayn is gaming now?
Zaming?
We could get him on Smosh Games.
Is he like a Twitch streamer now?
I don't know where he was gaming, but it was online and it was like a big tournament and
What was
people
he
were
playing?
freaking out.
Tournament?
What was he
Yeah, I
playing?
don't know.
Get-
I don't know,
what
but
kind of game? What
he
kind of
was
game?
he was masked and then he revealed himself and it was a huge deal. This was yesterday.
Yes. Whoa.
Wow.
Oh,
Was it
whoa.
COD?
Was it
he playing
what kind of
COD?
game was it? Was it pew pew game?
Because sometimes
I
they
literally
just,
shared it to
sometimes
my
they
story.
just pay celebrities to like show up to these things and they're not actual gamers.
Emma Chamberlain clip? Oh no, that was Angela. Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow. Oh my God.
It was a Yu-Gi-Oh. It was a Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel.
That's incredible.
so he got-
more like it.
He got
And is
paid-
that the
he got paid for
supervillain
that.
mask?
Wait, that's
Yeah,
wait,
we
that's,
could get him on Smosh Games.
Hold on, that's Zayn.
Yes.
I
What are you
haven't seen
saying?
Zayn in
Well,
like
he
years.
probably had a little bit of hat hair, you
he
know.
looks like a FaZe Clan member.
No, he's so
Actually-
hot.
Oh, he's
Look
hot
at
and he
him.
grows his own hot sauce.
Nah.
He grows his own hot sauce.
Nah. I'm not
He
feeling
grows
it.
his own hot sauce?
He grows it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They make, but like there's steps in between.
That's pretty sick, dude.
No, it just
There's
grows.
So you think Zayn looks good now?
Is a glass bottle
Zayn
coming
has
out of the
never
ground.
not looked good.
Yeah, he's always been gorgeous.
Yeah.
Not Ian's type.
Not my type.
What's your type?
Niall?
Alana Mayer.
That's my type.
I know. Crazy.
Alana Mar.
Alana Maher.
You guys could
Did I
like
say it?
help each other somehow. I don't know.
Do you think she'd like both of us?
I
Should
think
we
if you, if you come
wingman
as,
each other?
I think she's very straight.
I think you should come as a package and she'll be more into it.
She's incredible. I love watching her sport.
We got to get her in Smosh.
She almost came on.
She's been wanting to come on.
And then she had to train for the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid.
So we
Olympics.
lost her to
She's
something better.
incredible. Oh, she's so amazing.
Yeah.
We can get her. We can get her and Zayn and making game.
I love seeing her push somebody.
Yeah. She looks really cool pushing people.
Oh, it's so cool. Like
She
I
looks
have
really
never geeked
cool
over an athlete like
pushing people and running with a ball. And I'm like,
What sport
That's
does she
hot.
do? What sport?
that. It's rugby.
Oh, that makes sense.
And it was a big deal
That
because
makes
the
sense.
U.S. placing, they got bronze in rugby, and that's huge. It's like not an American sport, and like it's one of the furthest from American sports, I'd say.
Whoa.
Yeah.
One of them. And like I was into rugby before, but it was like when they grab the little shorts and then they push the guy
give him a
up.
wedgie.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, holding the mic.
They do this in rugby?
So like one guy will stand behind the other guy, kind of crouched low, and the guys are wearing shorts, right? They'll put their thumbs under the shorts and grab the top, and then when the ball's coming, they'll whoosh, the guy will jump and he'll push, and then he'll catch the ball or hit the ball.
Oh, it's like actually for the game, not
It's
just
a
for
part
fun.
of the game.
Yeah.
Not well, it's for fun for me.
Just doing it on the
It's for fun
sidelines.
for me. But it was like, yeah, I was like, dang, this is pretty fun to watch. And then I saw Alana Mar and a lot of other really tank killer rugby
Are the
players.
women also doing the short
I don't
grab
know.
technique?
I don't think they need to. We just can fly.
Do you remember? Do you remember when we caught a little bit of Australian football on TV when we were in Australia?
Yes. Well,
Dude,
I thought that was rugby.
those dudes' legs were crazy.
Dang.
They
Yeah.
had those
I
little,
remember
they
we
had
were in a
those little
pub one of
tiny,
those
they had those
nights.
little tiny shorts, and big ass friggin' legs.
insane.
Crazy.
Damn.
You're like, I want to have sex with you.
I want to see you.
Six with you.
Please. Okay.
Just leg goals.
Okay, now we have a story about eye contact.
Oh boy.
This one goes out to Ian.
All right, let's go.
When I was in preschool, I loved Junie B. Jones books. In one of the books, Junie B. Jones fluttered her eyelashes at a boy she liked. I didn't
I remember
know,
that one.
I didn't know what she meant, so I asked my mom. She said it was when you blinked at. Wait. She said it was when you blinked at someone.
Yeah.
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 Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're going like
Sorry,
this.
reading. It's new. So me, being a dumb 5-year-old, decided to try it out on a boy I had a crush on. The next day at preschool, I would just stare at him all day and blink rapidly without breaking eye contact. I would just constantly stare and blink for so long stretches of time that my teacher thought something was medically wrong with me and kept asking if I was okay.
That can look like a
no.
symptom of going into a seizure, actually.
Yeah.
Well, because also like I doubt like because these are books, right? So you're not seeing her fluttering her eyes and what that because usually it's like
It's like, hee, 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 hee.
Yeah.
and she was probably going
She's probably like this. Like,
Yeah.
yeah
There's no way to know from the book how long you fluttered.
yeah. So she's just constantly blinking her eyes at the guy.
Yeah, that looks like if you were looking like that in the class, I would be like, do you need to go home?
Yeah,
Is there
I would-
something
I
wrong?
would.
yeah,
Yeah.
you probably just like look dizzy, like you're about to pass out.
Yeah.
Maybe you just need to blink more when you're looking. Maybe that'll like catch their attention, you know? No, he doesn't.
True. If you're blinking and looking at someone, Ian, then there's less eye contact going on.
Ew.
Oh, sorry. I
Did you
gleeked.
gleek?
That was fucked
Oh,
up.
there's like a whole stream of
It
gleek
was
on
Went
your
all
face.
over
Are you
your
okay?
arm.
It went on my arm. No,
What was
it went
that?
on his leg.
I literally saw it.
I don't know.
All over the
part
bench
of-
and his leg.
A part of my.
Okay.
A part
Did
of
you blink too many
my-
times and set off something? That was.
No, like when I yawned, a part of my like throat did not return to where it was supposed
So
to
cramped
be.
up a little bit.
Yeah, have you ever had that
I
happen?
know what.
Probably.
Yes, it's happened to me before.
Dude, like
was weird.
there was like a part.
Are you
that's-
okay?
Did you gleek as well? What's going on?
trying not to spit out my water.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I gleeked, but it was concerning because when and it goes this way, it's supposed to go back, but it just stayed here, and I was like, oh God,
You had
is
the
this
mic
forever?
up in there. When
Wait, you
did
were
that.
thinking, is this forever with the fraction of a second that it happened?
It was like 3 seconds.
It was really long. I was concerned. I was like, is something happening right now?
Do you need to see the doctor?
Do you need
No.
water?
A medic on set?
You need a Wawa?
No, yeah, I think some Wawa.
Yeah, Ian got fatally
Getting
injured
warm in
while
here.
shooting Lunchtime with
Yeah, I want
Smosh.
a Wawa.
You want me to waterfall this?
No.
There's some water
Actually,
in the
really
bottom.
bad. Here's the thing. That is not water, Anthony. I actually think I am really bad at drinking water like that. Like
What?
From like this.
What?
'Cause you
How
use a straw?
else do you
do
spill
it?
on myself with a straw
Oh.
or a sippy top?
No, you're not.
Sippy
Well,
cup.
Like the smart waters that have the sippy
Oh,
top.
got it.
I know what you mean. This neck is small enough that I can like cover. You know what I mean? Like it won't splash on me because I can see.
Sorry, I just that sentence out of context was that. I thought that was funny. This neck is so small that
This neck is so small that I can create a seal and not let it splash me. With Nalgene's, yeah, game
I'm
over.
really bad. Just any like cup,
Yeah.
any cup, I always spill on myself. I
Do you put your whole mouth over the whole thing?
no, I think that's so
Ian
funny.
seems like you would.
Seal on the top part, but I couldn't.
no.
No.
You're gonna choke.
Okay, I don't want to read these anymore, so I want to hear about your guys'. I want to hear your guys' embarrassing crush stories.
Okay.
You got to have some. Dig deep.
More?
I
guys didn't do
definitely
anything
have So
embarrassing?
many. Well, as a lot of people listening know, I've had like I thought having a crush was like my job.
Same.
In middle school, where it's like, oh, guess I gotta find a new crush.
Same.
Like, but what were you gonna say?
Oh, I just remembered an embarrassing story where I was over at this girl's house. I was there with a couple or one or two other friends, and I had a big crush on this girl. And her mom was like, "Are you wiping off the glee?"
No, there was some of the Andes mint was on my pants, but it was chocolate, so I didn't want to smear it. So I was trying to flick it off.
Oh, it
of
takes
my
this very
pants.
That
special
looks
technique.
great for the camera, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Incredible.
probably. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. So her mom offered to make dinner, and I was like, okay. And
For you guys?
yeah, and it was sweet.
Aw.
So we all sat down to eat, and I didn't know anything about Asian culture or rice or anything. So I started eating the rice with the rice serving scooper, and it was like this big ass flat
It's a
thing.
big
I was
guy,
like,
yeah.
I was like, okay, and I was so embarrassed because they were all like, they were horrified at the act, and they're like, let me get you a spoon, because they thought that I just
wow.
loved it to eat rice that
Yeah,
way.
that is a little
And
embarrassing.
then I had to like play it off. I was like, yeah, that was on purpose. I just liked that.
Wait,
Such
what
a
age?
prankster.
I was probably like 15.
Wow.
You don't know her. I don't think you know.
I didn't know her.
I don't think so.
Was it a secret
Where's she
crush?
from?
I don't know. Ryan knew her, so I like hung out with her a few times with Ryan.
He's so mad.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Her name was.
We'll cut that out.
Yeah, I don't.
What if-
There's only a couple in Sacramento.
What if Ian was like, I dated?
I dated.
Oh, you didn't, I don't think you knew her.
I
She
guess
go to a different
not.
school?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, she did.
Oh,
Real
I'm
Linda.
sure.
Must've.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real Linda.
That's wild.
Dang.
Damn.
We'll cut all those details. But.
Yeah.
Right, of course.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know her.
Funny. I think looking back, like there were crushes that I had, but I don't know if I actually like liked them or if it was just like me thinking I should have a crush.
Right.
And like, or this was really a sad thing where like I would just find out a boy liked me and I would be like, I like him too. I'd be like, me too. Like, because like I wanted to be liked so
Yeah.
much, obviously, that's how, and so then we'd be going out.
Yeah.
That's what they'd be like, will you go out with me? And that was kind of like saying, you're my boyfriend or will you be my
Yeah.
girlfriend?
Yeah.
And then in middle school, I guess some of the boys in the grade below me, like, so I was in 7th grade and a 6th grader guy asked me out. And I was like, okay. Like, because they liked me. Had never thought of them before. And then the next day, another 6th grade boy asked me out. And I was like, oh, but I am already going out with this boy. And he was like, oh, but I heard that you'll just say yes to anybody.
Oh.
And I was so embarrassed, and I think that's when things changed for me.
So that was a
Where I
good
was
thing.
like,
in you.
Yeah.
whoa. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I guess it just got around that I would just say yes to people.
Yeah, you're like, oh,
Which
I
it's
can't
like-
say no.
Yeah, but it was so weird that like it was like before things like because when you were going out in middle school, you would like hug once a day.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you had to build up to it. You'd be like, do you want to go
Straight
like
up.
hug by the buses today?
Like holding hands was a spectacle to be
Yes.
held by
Yeah.
everyone, and like so like because like you see in movies and stuff where it's like, oh, this girl will bang anybody, like those lesbians, but it was like the middle school version of that, and I was like, what?
She'll say yes to anybody.
Yeah.
Yes to going on a
Dang.
To holding
date to
hands.
Carl's Jr.
Yeah.
That skank.
Oh God.
Wow.
It's so weird to think about. I was together with this girl in 7th grade, and then she cheated on me with someone. I'm like, that happens
did
in
they-
7th grade?
No, I did it.
What?
How do they even cheat at that age?
You did it?
Just say yes to 2 people, but they
Oh.
both asked me out over AIM.
Oh.
So it was like a couple days where I was going out with both of them over
You
AIM.
cyber cheated.
I guess so.
Damn.
Wow.
My
No.
little sister is in middle school, or she was just in middle school, and she informed me that now middle schoolers are poly. So they're
Yeah.
intentionally
Wild.
dating multiple people.
Isn't
love that.
crazy? Like how like as time has evolved, things are trickling down to younger and younger.
Well, I wonder if
ages.
that's just that school thing or if that's a
I
entire
feel like it's.
generational thing.
I feel like it's a generational
I
thing.
think it's
think so.
generational, but I think it's regional generational, and then like yeah, it depends on which towns or who has more access to the internet. Because all
Yeah.
it takes is one kid.
That's
You know,
true.
like I remember when a kid would show up to school knowing a new word and would like say
Yeah.
it to everybody and make them all feel stupid for not knowing what it was. Like this one kid learned what prude was. And he started calling all these girls prude. And we were like, what is that? And then we all learned, we're like, okay, like it's so stupid.
Like, do you think it's good that kids are being poly in 7th grade?
I mean, but that is you're not doing anything at that age though. So like,
Yeah.
why not explore all your options?
I mean,
But
there's
the
some kids
definition
that
of
are doing.
exploring-
True. There are some kids.
Yeah.
There are some.
No, that was an important thing to note was like, I think forever ago at Defy when they were trying to market to like really young kids and like they were like, yeah, like guys, kick off your shoes. Like it's summer, like trying to do really young advertising. And then someone we worked with went to the marketing team and was like, hey, like who are we advertising to? And they're like 14-year-olds. And then she was like, there are 14-year-olds having sex. You know that? It's like, it's crazy
That is weird.
Yeah.
like we are maturing. I think it's good that kids are learning about themselves, but I don't know if that's what's happening in every
Right.
scenario.
Right.
But yeah, because it's like, back then I was learning what the word prude was and like what a blowjob was. I think I
Yeah.
think there was a few years where I thought a blowjob was
I definitely thought there was blowing of the mouth go.
Right.
Yeah.
Because like, why is it in
I was
the
like,
word?
what is that? Why does
I
it feel
think
good?
like middle school and like high school relationships are dramatic as they are. So like to throw in like polyamory into it, that's like that. I can only imagine that is so dramatic.
It's got to
Oh,
be
yeah.
so
Like-
messy.
You want to know who
so
would have loved
messy.
the idea of being poly? Johnny.
Johnny definitely.
Johnny would have been like,
Yeah.
I'm Polly, like just because he wanted to date multiple
But
girls.
he would probably tell them only after the other girl found out he was dating.
Exactly.
He's like, but I'm Polly.
Yep.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he was Polly now. Like,
Oh,
who
yeah,
knows?
sure.
But back then, I'm like, I don't know, guys.
Yeah.
Also, like that stuff it's very adult. Those kinds of things, like
Well, because you have to be so good at communication.
Yeah. And like most high schoolers aren't going.
Unless they're learning communication because of it, like it's hard to say.
But I also think they get the single sentence version of the definition
Right.
of it.
Yeah.
And so they take that and run with it. They don't fully understand.
Right.
like,
They're just
what
using it to
is.
talk to multiple people at once.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's okay. We're poly.
Which is like fine. Like it's not.
scandalous.
I think a lot of adults' entry into polyamory is also fraught with danger and fucking up. So like
Yeah.
I don't think it's any different really.
True. Now they're just starting young.
Yeah.
And they know how to handle jealousy
Right.
younger. I don't know.
Maybe they will.
Maybe. Who knows?
Wow.
But I love that for them. I wish them the best of
It
luck.
is very silly. My sister, because like she was talking about her friend dating two guys, and I was like, are you okay with that? And she was like, it's 2024. They're poly, and I was like, got it.
Wow.
How old did you feel?
I was like, wow.
I guess I just don't expect that. Because I feel like teenagers can't handle that because they haven't learned, like their frontal lobes are so far from being
Yes.
developed.
And she was like 12 when she said this, and I
love
was
that.
like,
yeah, she's on the internet.
100%. They all are 100%.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
Love that.
Damn.
I just trying to imagine dating multiple people in high school.
At
Dude, I
12?
would be
couldn't even
like-
get one. How are
I
you
would be
getting multiple?
so
People
I would be
couldn't
so
even-
stoked as like a high, but like it's not like I even had one girlfriend. So what do
Right.
I know?
It's wild. Yeah. I just like, because in my generation, like in my middle schools in the town I was in, like it was scandalous to know someone was queer. Like it's just, so it's like, I guess, cool. We're progressing.
Well, that's
We've come
because
a long way.
that's the new thing because now it's just like, oh yeah, the kid's gay. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, you know, so
I love that. He's gay. Who cares?
So you guys don't have any more embarrassing crushes?
I'm sure I have a million. I just need a second.
I mean, I feel like I get crushes on people until I learn more about them, and then I'm like,
I guess I have the biggest crush I ever had in high school. I was so in love with this kid. I think he's married now and I'm married now, so it's okay to talk about this. Like, I remember being so in love with this kid. I pole vaulted with him, and I was like, I think it's something I still look back on. I'm like, wow, those were like really powerful feelings where like, I remember I had a crush on him. He's on the track team. And then I found out there was like a special after school program for pole vaulters, and I was supposed to get a ride with him to it. And I literally could, like, it's such a strange feeling. It's like I talked about being able to sit next to my crush in 4th grade, where I was like, I could not. It's amazing that my body didn't just like explode with how much like feelings of like anxiety and nervousness I had. But this kid, I was just like, he's funny and he's jacked. Whoa. Yeah, because that was high school, so I stopped calling boys cute and started calling them hot.
Right.
nice.
You know?
That's important distinction.
I do remember the first guy that made me realize, like, wow, he's not cute. He's hot.
Oh my God, who was he? What'd he do?
He got a DUI.
That's so real.
He was an athlete. He got a DUI.
Wait, and that's when you decided they were hot?
No. He
Oh.
I was in my emo girl phase, and he was an athlete. I was an emo girl. I was also a freshman, and he was a junior or something. So definitely didn't need to be teetering in that zone. But like, he was such textbook douche, where I think he would make his voice deeper on purpose, and he'd make like sex jokes for his friends, and it's like an art class that we were in.
Right.
He'd be like, "Haha,
You want to see my dick?
check this out,
Right.
and it's so funny, haha." And it's like,
And you're like, he's so hot.
I'm like listening to Kid Cudi and like drawing the album cover. Watching it, like, oh. Yeah. Those were physical feelings for sure.
Yeah.
I had a weird crush when I was this was, I mean, I don't know, this was probably I don't know, maybe 8 years ago or something like that. When I was single, I had this barista that I had a crush on, and I would see her like almost every day.
right.
And like we would always strike up conversation. And yeah, I had a little crush on her. She was very attractive. And And then she like invited me to like her birthday party or something. So like I went and like hung out with her there. She had a boyfriend though.
Oh,
And so I was like, oh, this is cool. Like we're just like friends or whatever. But then I remember like there was another time that we hung out and we went to like a bar and we went there and then we went to like another bar and then her boyfriend like showed up and he was like pissed.
Wait, you have told me this.
Whoa. You were the other woman.
I was the other woman, yeah.
Wow.
We didn't do anything.
No, but that's so wild. So it sounds like she was like testing the waters of if she was not wanting to be in her relationship or not, or just straight up willing to
I don't know.
cheat.
I don't even know if she was interested in me in that way.
Oh, she
I'm
just wanted to be a friend.
Yeah, I mean,
because I feel like I'm a very friendly. I think I'm a very friendly person.
Yeah.
yeah.
Where I think people are very down to be my friend. And
how old were you?
I mean, I think this is probably like 6 to 8 years ago. It was after Pam.
Oh, okay.
28
So
yeah.
in your 20s, or wait?
Oh yeah.
28 to
Well,
30.
yeah, or if
like
not
freshly 30. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, it was funny. Yeah, she was
Whoa.
like covered in tats.
This is crazy. I never knew this lore.
Really?
I didn't know this.
Did he
lore
get in
either.
your face?
What?
Did the guy
Yeah,
get
how
in
did
your
he show that
face?
he
No,
exist?
they got in an argument outside the bar,
And then you just left.
Yikes.
and I don't know.
I
I
would.
don't know what happened, but I walked outside, and they were like very clearly like not cool, and I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go home.
You could have swooped in, like consoled her.
No way, no way. And
So
and
did
like
you ever
she was,
follow
she
up?
was like she was out of my league. Well, we were just very different people, also. I don't-
So nothing happened after that. Like you guys didn't talk or anything.
we continued to talk here and there.
Did you ask her what happened?
You didn't confront
I
that
don't
weird
know.
situation.
I don't know. We weren't
Is this
that
what aloof is?
we weren't like
He's
we
like,
weren't
I don't know.
we weren't that close, and I think keeping her at arm's length is what like kept the sort of crush alive. But I feel
Right.
like the more that I learned about her, the more I'd be like,
Not
Because a
compatible.
crush is just a lack of
This is a nicer
True.
feeling for me to just like be like, oh, you're cute, and I have a crush
Right.
on you.
So true.
I'd say yeah. A crush is like extreme intrigue.
I never
Yes.
Yeah.
thought about that. Yeah, crush is before you get to know
Right.
someone.
Yeah.
Like that's what distinguishes
Yes.
crush versus
You romanticize
Yeah.
them, you make them
Yeah.
be the person you want them to be, then you get to know them, and then
And then
you're
as
like,
you
oh.
get to know them, you can either be like, oh, this is real
Right.
feelings for you,
or you're like our lives could never.
right,
Yeah, there wasn't.
Merge.
I didn't feel that there was like necessarily a chemistry there.
right,
wow.
fair,
You want to know something funny about that jock?
yeah.
What's up?
Hooked up with him a year later.
Wow.
Nice.
Dude, let's freaking go.
Nice.
Let's freaking go, my doggy.
Nice.
That was a bad handshake. I'm sorry.
Good enough. Good enough for me. What about the other guy, the athlete though? Did that end after that moment?
So we hooked up once. It was a crazy story. Like I don't think we have
Was
time.
it
or
years
do
and
we?
years and years
So
later?
this is a crazy story. So freshman year was the first time I ever saw him, and I was like, oh my god, what are these feelings? I'm a woman. And then I was in an emo phase, and I was tragically emo, like poor religious emo, where like I'm in a Mormon family, I can't dye my hair, and I can't afford emo
We've seen the
clothes.
pictures.
What was your
so-
favorite band?
Right, you've
What
seen
was your
it.
Seen the
favorite band?
pictures.
I did listen to All Time Low.
Are you trying to see if she's telling the truth?
No, I
Or
was
like
trying to
name
s-
3 bands.
I was trying to see if she listened to like a Christian band.
No,
like
I loved
Underoath.
Elliott Smith. I was like, but I also loved like Kid Cudi and stuff.
Yeah.
But so then a year goes by, my hair had grown out, and the girls who used to bully me in middle school were like, she's cool now, like she can sit with us. And so I started like being in that group. And one night there was some Halloween parties or something, and we weren't invited. This group was not invited because there was like friend drama. And then my dad was a firefighter, and they worked 24-hour shifts. And so he wasn't going to be home that night. And so I was like, well, why don't we just go to my house? And they're like, really? Okay. And then they invited, turns out, without telling me, they invited all the seniors. And I was like, whoa, because I was sophomore at the time.
Oh.
And then
Big
he
time.
was there. And I literally remember losing my mind. And then we kissed a little. And it was like, whoa, it was
Whoa.
crazy. I
Huge.
could not believe. And then I think we had hooked up again at some point, and that like a week later kissed again.
Aww.
And I was like, I was in that phase where like you think you're gonna see him everywhere you go.
Right.
I wanted to
I
like
hate
see
that.
him so much. Where I was like, oh my god, where is he? Where is he? And he had a girlfriend.
Oh, God.
And she wasn't at her
course he
high
did.
school, so I don't know if he
You were
cheated with
the
her.
other one.
I might have been. I just now realized that because he had like a profile picture on Facebook with her.
Whoa.
Yikes.
I don't know.
This is why you gotta do your research.
Yes. Oh my
And
god.
then he was like, I told you I was poly.
yeah. Yeah. That was a crazy time. I was like, wow, I made it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Damn.
That was a come up story.
I'm
So
trying
you're
to think
validated.
I'm trying to think if I ever kissed a crush and then like dipped after that. Did you ever kiss a crush and dip?
They usually dip.
Oh.
Shut the
Talking about for you.
I know. Shut the up.
I think the illusion was broken eventually though, because we did track, so I'd see him all the time, and I think I did eventually get the ick.
Yeah, that's good.
But I'd catch
Because
him
he
looking
didn't
at me
post good
sometimes.
times, right? Because he didn't post good times, right?
What does that mean?
On track.
What is-
Or was he the? Are you talking about?
No.
Keep
This
up.
is all the. This is
Sorry.
all
Different
the.
guy.
So
Okay.
this is football track guy.
Right.
different-
track.
different
And I was
sport.
saying, you lost interest because he didn't post good times on like the 400 meter or whatever.
Fair.
Oh, he didn't PR.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah.
No, now I
Cross
get
country's
it.
coming out, Ian.
No.
Sorry.
Can I tell you the most embarrassing thing I've ever done that I still think about to this
Oh
day?
my
Yes!
God. Yes,
Yes.
please.
It'll
please,
be
please.
quick. Because unlike you, I was crazy growing up. I was like very forward.
I was crazy,
So-
but we're just different kinds.
No, I was like doing too much.
Oh
You'll
right.
see.
No, I've heard the Harry Styles One Direction
I
episode.
proposed to my first crush. Moving on.
Okay, let's go, let's
so
go.
this is in 6th grade. We were like at one of those like wilderness retreats that you like stay overnight for.
Outdoor ed.
It was called Atwood.
Okay.
Okay. And so my crush happened to sit at my table, like my dinner table, and we were like sitting next to each other like this. And so I was like, okay, like I'm gonna make a move. And for some reason, I thought the best move would be if I took my foot and like rubbed it up and down his shin.
Nice.
It could work.
That's
Yeah,
footsie-ish.
that-
And
No,
so
that could work.
I do that, and he's sitting there, and he looks. I will never forget this man's face.
Oh, no.
He looks up, and he's like,
Oh no.
and I was like, I'm like so sorry. I did not mean to do that, and it was like traumatizing. And he never spoke to me again. And we were like kind of friends up until that point, and we've never spoken.
Yeah, that's traumatizing.
Yeah, but it's fine because he ended up selling a bunch of. He went into a business in high school where he would sell people's nudes, and so he got arrested.
Whoa, bullet
good.
dodged.
Good.
So yeah, dodged a bullet.
Holy
You got arrested
crap.
for it.
Well, because they were minors.
Yeah.
He was in high school.
But
so-
justice is usually not served. with
Yeah,
Right.
I know.
It is when you mess
That's
with me.
crazy.
It is when you hurt
Yeah.
my feelings.
They were minors and he was an adult, or
No, he was also a minor.
Yeah.
Still illegal.
Well, yeah, of course.
Right.
Still illegal.
that's my most embarrassing crush
Wow.
story.
No, when I was in middle school, I had a flip phone. I've told this again on the people. Some people listening know. Someone had sent me a pic. It was asked for,
Consensual.
and
okay.
I drew it in my diary.
No!
I drew
You learned the contours that well.
No, it wasn't shaded. It was like Captain Underpants quality. No. So it's still fucking in there. I still have the diary.
Oh, that's so good.
I think some people on the cast have seen it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But did you? Speaking of like,
I think we should also
eras-
clarify you don't want any more.
No
more.
No. If I ask for one, then maybe.
There you go.
I think it's so funny.
I just
that
wanna
if you,
clarify
I
that
think
for
it would be
people
funny if you asked them for a pic and then they sent you a drawing of their own.
Oh my god!
I'd be like, that's pretty
I'd be
funny.
like, you're good. I was gonna ask though, speaking of like eras of school, like did you guys, and probably you not, but did you ever experience, Erin, like pyramid scheme students? Like
What?
I senior year had a kid trying to sell me Verve.
What?
Like
What
the
is
energy
that?
drink. It was like a nutritious energy drink that tasted like shit. Like multi-level marketing
Yeah,
schemes
MLM.
started taking place. So
That's
like
crazy.
kids in my grade would try and like, this one kid was like, no, like I'll sell you a bunch and then you can sell them too. And they're really good. You'll like them. And I was like, this sounds like a pyramid scheme. And he's like, no, it's not. Let's video chat so I can talk to you about it. Like he literally was trying so
He's an
hard.
entrepreneur.
That's crazy.
I don't know where he's at now, but
No, somebody did reach back out to me after high school, after Smosh had like started to get popular, and they reached out to me and they're like, I need to talk to you about something. And I was like, oh, I haven't talked to this person in a while. What's up? And so they like wanted to meet me somewhere. I was like, okay. And so I met them for coffee and they were like, so like I've gotten into this business and blah, blah, blah. It was a fucking MLM.
Wow.
And I was like, are you kidding me?
so funny, dude. I've seen memes about that online where it's like a girl that was cyberbullying you and then like the messages years later.
Yeah.
Hey, bestie, I'm a part of this company where we did
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just go through their phone and like
Oh,
every
yeah.
single person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys still have like all the contacts that you've ever like accrued over your life?
Yeah.
Probably on.
No.
I do too. I have every single contact that I've ever had in my like
on your phone?
iPhones ever. They're all in there. I'm like, but it's so many.
I only have like 12. I deleted almost everyone from my phone. It feels so good.
So what
I need
if
to do
people reach
that.
out to you and then you're like, who is this?
Then they weren't important to me anyway.
Whoa.
Or I'll learn from
Hunty.
context. I'm like,
So
That's
do you
fair.
think you're
That's fair.
important enough for his 12
I
contacts,
don't.
Erin?
I didn't even save his number, so
I never saved your number either.
Oh my
I was like, I don't need
God.
to, because it was just in a group chat.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember I group chatted the two of you, or there's a group, and then you were like, "Who's that number?" I was like, "Don't worry about it."
Yeah, you wouldn't tell me, so I'm like, I'm just gonna assume it's Anthony.
Because Anthony was like, "I don't want people to know my phone number."
Yeah.
So I was like, "You're like, who's this number?" I was like, "Don't worry about it."
I was like, fine, I'm not saving it.
That's insane. Well, I guess it's easier now because you can like scroll up and like get context of who you're talking to if
Right.
you, or just save the phone number. I don't know.
Right.
I like it organized. Have a picture, names.
Mine's so messed up because I had an Android phone back in the day. So when I imported all my contacts, it got so messed up. So I have the shittiest contact list. It's so bad.
Damn.
Yeah, my contacts for a while were all taken from people's Facebook in like 2008. So it was all like this blurry, shitty picture.
Yeah, it's
Damn.
all garbage.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, we're nearing the end of this episode, so it's time for some fan questions. You want to do your little
Great.
jingle?
Funny YouTube questions, funny YouTube questions. Oh man, that felt so good.
Oh, good.
That was
I
liberating.
think it was our best one yet.
That was our best one.
Aw.
Let's go.
Nice.
Proud
Yeah.
of you guys. All right, at PickleGirl420 asks, tell us the craziest dream you've had in recent memory.
Whoa.
Craziest dream.
I had a dream last night. It was so crazy. I think it was like a party /
last
wedding.
night?
Yeah, and Amanda was in it. And so it was like a wedding. We were all supposed to dress like really, really fancy, but I didn't bring anything. So I went into the room where all the women who were invited to the wedding were getting ready, and there was crazy, like insane clothing, like Met Gala trunks of clothes, all crazy. And Amanda was there, and she kept changing her outfits, and they kept being better and better. And I was like, damn it, like none of these clothes are able to fit me, and I can't find something as good. And then I remember there was lots of like really big desserts, and it looked like, you know, the texture of a strawberry.
Yes.
There was an entire pastry that was
Whoa.
glazed, but it was the strawberry look.
That's
I
pretty
remember,
sick.
and I tried to shove one in Amanda's mouth, but she already had one in her mouth, and she was like, "Oh!" and pulled that one out of her mouth and shoved this one. Haven't told Amanda about this yet, and it was crazy, and we were crazy outfits, and yeah. and
What
then
do
I
you
woke
think
up.
that means?
Oh, there's a
I don't
meaning.
know. And I remember in the dream multiple times. So I slept with my retainers last night, and I in my dream was taking the retainers out to eat. But then I would like somewhat get a little more conscious and feel that my retainers were in, and be like, "Damn it, I can't eat these pastries because my retainers are in."
So many layers to
Trauma.
this dream.
Processing
Yes, I'm
trauma.
sorry.
I just want to say, this is nothing against you, and that
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
There's nothing against you, but I just remembered how hearing other people's dreams is literally the least interesting thing to me.
Ian,
There is
That's
nothing,
so mean.
and this has nothing to do with you. But there's nothing that I want to hear
This
less
is so true.
than someone's dream.
This is your
because
biggest ick, I
it's
think.
literally just like spewing out words that make no sense, and I'm supposed to find
you
that
literally
interesting.
spent like 10 minutes in the last episode telling everyone how to tie their shoes.
Yeah, bro.
That is valuable life information. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with?
listeners?
What am I supposed to do with?
lore.
But what am I
People
supposed
like
to do with?
lore. That included Amanda. That was basically, she
It
just
had
told us a
Amanda
sketch.
with like a pastry that was full of strawberries.
Someone out there's really going to like that.
I'm just gonna say, Shane likes hearing my dreams, and because my dreams
And I love
are
that for you
long.
guys.
My dreams are long. He will tell you that like it'll be like 15 minutes before I'm done telling my
my
dream because my dreams
God.
are so long.
And that's why you guys are made for each other.
Okay, or
I
maybe
enjoy
he's
hearing
just a good
dreams.
listener and consider
No,
it.
it's
a deep part of my brain. I was
Yeah.
vulnerable just now.
I'm proud
Thank
of
you.
you.
And that's why I said it's nothing against you. And thank you for being vulnerable.
I enjoy hearing dreams because it's like a like a
Right.
deep subconscious
Yeah.
look at someone, and it kind of helps you understand
Yes.
what they're processing psychologically.
Yeah.
And it's a
I
little
disagree.
bit. It's
We
inner,
enjoyed
inner
it.
child vibes almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fine, I have a question specifically for Ian, and I hope this is a really
You're not gonna ask
interesting
me
and
what my
funny
dream was?
answer.
I
No.
think he doesn't care because he barely cares about real reality information
Also-
from me.
What do you what?
New lore
Excuse
just dropped.
me?
That's the new lore.
No, it's like I can imagine you not caring about dreams because they're not real. And you're like,
Yeah.
I don't need this information. It's just
Well,
like
it's not real, but it's also like it doesn't make any sense. And
You just
I'm-
don't
and-
have dreams,
beauty
And
do
I'm
you?
of
also
it.
just like not a person that believes that dreams have any specific meaning.
Do you dream?
Oh, okay.
They do have psychological meaning because where
Right,
would the
they
dreams
do.
come from
Exactly.
in the first
Your
place? The thoughts
I don't know.
are there
It's your
because of
brain
something.
just getting rid of detritus.
No, it's your brain trying to process shit that you haven't processed.
I agree.
I
Okay,
don't know.
we have a question for Ian, and it should be.
So you're
really
not gonna
interesting.
ask me what
no,
my
I
latest
have a
dream
better
was.
question, and it should be really
Okay.
interesting.
I don't want to
when you
hear your
answer.
dream.
What's Ian's current favorite obsession that he goes around the office showing everyone, even if it's incredibly niche? This better be so good.
I think it's.
That
just
I think the
videos.
rest of us need to answer that because
Yeah, because I think it's just showing
he's
videos.
shown us.
He actually hasn't had any interest lately.
You painted your car when you were at my place a couple weeks ago, so
You have to really pry that shit out of him, though. Like, I had to be
Yeah.
like, hey, your car, right? And you're like, oh, yeah. I'm like, good? He goes, yeah. I'm like, is it fixed? Yeah, it's fixed. Like,
what are you looking at?
Oh shit, he's pulling up a video. I guarantee it. He's gonna pull up a video.
Do you ever have to like check, like shield your phone just in case like porn pops up?
No, what are you doing? You were in a. What were you
how
doing
long
before this?
Well, I just don't use my.
It's the middle of the day.
my phone browser very much, so I just don't know. Sometimes.
His phone browser is 90% porn.
It's not okay. All right.
We didn't
Just trying
pick
to
up
see.
any of that.
Let's see. I'm just trying to look like what I was looking at.
oh, he's scrolling through his history. That's why.
I was just trying to see like what I was
Face
searching
down.
recently.
Red flag.
Um,
Wow.
I'm trying to think what I've been obsessed with. No current obsession really.
Are you okay? Should we psychoanalyze that?
No, I'm not
Do we need to
okay.
give you something
Does
to do?
nothing interest you anymore?
Legos?
Lego.
You want to do Legos, bud?
No.
I think what you've been into recently.
Making chili?
Yeah.
Beans?
I haven't
we're
made those
getting there.
beans yet. I haven't made those Rancho Gordo beans, but that was okay, so I did read a New Yorker article on the Rancho Gordo guy. And it was
wow.
very
Maker?
it's very okay.
This
here's
is way more interesting than a dream, by
Okay,
the way.
so here's
yeah, yeah. I was gonna say.
okay, wait, it's gotta be quick.
So
It's gotta be
there
quick
was-
because we're over time.
there was a thing called the Mesoamerican Exchange. So it was back in the days when white folk came over to, South America, Mexico kind of region, Latin America, and there was an exchange of produce, right?
Right.
So in Latin America,
Any
South
strawberries?
America,
Any strawberries?
no strawberries. But this is what happened. Europe got potatoes, they got tomatoes, they got beans, they got all sorts of stuff that Europe never had before.
Wow.
So you think like Italy, you think, oh, tomatoes, pizza, all that stuff. They didn't have that shit until
Right.
Mesoamerica.
Right.
Do you know what they got?
Racism.
Smallpox.
Do you know what they got? Turnips. And,
Oh no.
and barley.
That's awful.
Barley's using a
What
lot
a
of it.
shit exchange.
Yeah.
I think my dream was cooler than what you just
Yeah,
said.
I think
I
the
would have
strawberry
rather heard about the
croissant
dream,
better.
to be
Yeah.
quite honest.
You don't think about like the fact that like all of like Eastern Europe like survives on like potato is like half
Oh,
their
yeah.
diet, and that
No.
never existed before.
That's
The
true.
exchange?
Have you seen the way that like old fruits looked before they were selectively evolved by
Yes.
humans?
Oh, maize
and
is
roses
another one, yeah.
and flowers have
and
Yes.
watermelons were like little shitty little shits.
Yes.
Yeah. Shitty
Crazy.
little shits. It's a term.
Anyway,
Botany
so that was
Yeah.
in the world.
that was a
Thank
cool
you.
that was a cool little thing there.
Thank you. I was
Yeah,
just
that was-
busting your
yeah.
balls.
No,
I'm
it's
Yeah,
okay.
sorry.
I actually did like that story.
Good.
I like most stories.
I just I like hearing people talk about things that they care about.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Even if it is how many people died on the Titanic.
Hair on your
Ian.
shoulder.
Yeah. How many?
How many people died on the Titanic?
I don't know, but I want to say was it 3,000?
I love how you asked this. We're over time.
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up.
I just love the fact that it was all white people.
It was like 9/11 sized amount of people.
Got it.
Did you know that it was all
History.
white
I know that.
people?
Sorry, no.
Titanic?
Ian, you got to use Ian's terminology.
Sorry.
White folk.
White folk.
White folk.
Because we have to
It was
wrap
probably
it up.
mostly
go.
white folk.
No, because they didn't allow people of color on the boats.
Did they allow them down in the bottom though?
I'm not sure, but that was like why. Like there's some
Yeah.
funny TikToks about it where it's like, haha, you idiots.
Interesting.
It's like good karma there.
Hey Siri, how many people died in the Titanic?
Ian
She's not even listening to you, bro.
Hey Siri,
can't end on this.
sorry.
Wait,
sorry.
wait.
Siri, how many people died in the Titanic?
Siri.
No, she was listening.
No, she wasn't.
Hey Siri.
Ian, we're literally getting yelled at outside. They're,
Hey, Siri, how
they're
many people
begging
died
us
in the
to end this podcast. They're begging us to cut.
Oh, only 1,500 people.
Only. Let's wrap it up.
That's half of a 9/11.
Okay.
Well, I rate this meal 9 dump trucks out of 12.
I rate this the meal. I rate this 3 Olive Gardens out of 4.
Gyrate this 1 ramen out of 1 ramen.
3 out of 10. It was kind of warm and gross.
3 out of 10 what?
Just your cheese?
Sticks. I don't know. I didn't know that you did this.
Okay.
I'm sweating.
Well, thanks for watching.
I had a good time. Love you guys. Had a good fun.
Thanks for
had a good
coming.
time.
Thanks for
Thanks
coming.
for being
Courtney.
here. Thanks for being here.
Courtney.
And I really liked your dream.
I liked your dream too.
Thanks, guys.
I hated your dream.